Hi everyone, welcome back to mathematics class today. And now we're gonna talking about sorts of number and fundamental operation. It's me Andres Hotman. You can call me Sir Andreas. So let's get started. So the first topic is sorts of numbers. Before we start the topic, maybe I'm gonna tell you about types of number. It's so many. There are natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fraction, and so on. So let's get started. So the first one is natural numbers. So natural numbers is the member of group that starts from 1. And natural numbers has no zero, no negative, and no decimal. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. If you want to write natural numbers, you cannot include zero in it, and no negative like minus, and no decimal in design. And the second is whole numbers. It's same like natural numbers, but it has a different. So whole numbers, it starts from 0, right? So if natural numbers start from 1, the whole numbers start from 0. And as I told you before, that they have a similarity. They are no negative and no decimal. For example, it starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. You got it? I hope you understand. So the third is integers. Integers is totally different from natural numbers and whole numbers, because in integers you can find the number line like this, and integers has a negative number and positive number. For example, start from -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, and in the middle you can find 0, and next to the positive numbers there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And in integers you cannot find decimal and fraction part. Okay, next topic is about fractions. So in fractions you can find number like this. There are two numbers, top and bottom. So the top is called numerator and the bottom is called denominator. So I will explain to you one by one. So as you can see, 4 is numerator. It's parts of denominator you are looking at. And the bottom is called denominator. It shows how many equal pieces an object has divided into. So I will give an example. For example, I will tell you how to read this. First one, it's called 4, 8, because the top one is called numerator, so it's become a natural number. There is 4, and for denominator it's called 8, right? So in the second example, it's gonna be different, because at the numerator it's natural numbers, it is 2, and for the bottom, the denominator it's 4, but it have a side name. It is a quarter, so you can call it 2 quarter. So the fifth is rational numbers. So in rational numbers, we can conclude that there is dividing two integers. So I will tell you about how to make a rational number, but before it we should have the two integers there is in a fraction. For example, 28 100th, right? So in this fraction, how to make this fraction become rational numbers? So as I told you before that rational numbers is dividing two integers. So rational numbers also have a decimal. So we need to change the fraction become rational numbers. So 28 100th, it becomes 0.28, and this score is become rational numbers. And next is irrational numbers. I think it's totally same like rational number, but it have a different. So the difference is in the simple fraction, because irrational numbers can be written as a simple fraction. So rational numbers can be a simple fraction in a ratio. For example, 1.6 equals 5/8, and it has a ratio, right? So it is a rational number. But in irrational numbers, it is no ratio and not a simple fraction. So we got phi, there is 3.14862, and there is no answer because it's no ratio. Next, we are talking about real numbers. So real numbers consists of all numbers that we learned before. So I think it's become a review that you understand about all numbers. For example, like as I told you before that we learn about natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fraction, rational number, and irrational number. So all the things is become real numbers. Get it? Next, it's about imaginary numbers. So as simple as imaginary numbers is, you need to write a square root. For example, I write this 5 times 5 equals 25. So 25, you can square root it, it becomes 5. But it's not the answer, because imaginary number can found as the result in a negative number like this. So if you square root, use square root with the negative number, and the result is negative number also, and it becomes imaginary numbers. Got it? And the last is complex numbers. So in a complex number, as you can see, there is the formula. There is A plus BI. A is real number, B is real number, and I is imaginary number. So, for example, 3 plus 7i. 3 as a natural number, it become real number, and 7i, it become imaginary number. So, real number plus imaginary number plus complex number. And for second topic, I will explain to you about fundamental operations. So let's get started. So first one is addition. So I will give you an example. So as you can see, there are many orange. So I have two friends, and my first friend have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my other friend have 1, 2, 3. So in addition, you can combine all of the orange and it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the conclusion is 5 orange plus 3 orange equals 8 orange. So if you have many things, for example like this orange, you can combine it and become addition. So you can add all of the orange and become one result. There is addition. And the second is subtraction. So I'll give you an example. My mom has bought 6 orange. So subtraction happen when the orange is subtracted and the total is not 6, but maybe it becomes 3 or 2. So I'll give more simply. So for example, I have 6 orange and my father won 2. So 6 orange minus 2 equals 4. So how many orange now? Yeah, orange become 4 because all the orange is 6, but father won it. They won the orange is 2. So 6 minus 2 equals 4. So the orange become 4. So the third is multiplication. And now I'll have an example. So now I have 4 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have more 4 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have more 4 cookies here. So as you can see, if we add all cookies, it's very lately process. I mean, if you adding one by one, it's too late, and I have a simple way to count it quickly. So there are 4 cookies plus 4 cookies plus 4 cookies, and in multiplication we can use times. So there are 4 cookies and times there are three groups, right? 3 groups of cookies. So 4 cookies in one group and one group, and it become 3 groups. So 4 times 3 equals 12, and it become the repeated addition or multiplication. And the last is division. So in the whiteboard, as you can see, there are 12 cookies. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 cookies, and in division we can divide these cookies to other people. For example, there are 12 cookies that my mom's made, but at 2 o'clock there are 5 my friends who come. So me and my friend become 6, right? 6 people. So all the cookies is 12, but For 6 people, 1 people become 2 cookies. So 12 divided by 6 equals 2. So each people eat 2 cookies, right? 1 people 2 cookies, 1 people 2 cookies, and so on. So in division, we can divide it, all cookies become 6, and also have 2 cookies for each one person. Okay class, now time is over. Thank you for your participating on my class, and I think you so very excited to know about sort of number and fundamental operation. So my name is Andres Hotman. You can call me Sir Andreas. I'll see you there. Bye.